The Partition Security Best Practices videos focus on preventing errors when a user is performing tasks on systems, partitions, and all other objects associated with the HMC. These tasks could include functions such as activating a system or loading a partition. There are two main reasons why this topic is so important. One, we want to make sure that access to logical partitions and disruptive tasks is given only to those users who absolutely require it. And second, we want to prevent user errors. We will focus on the responsibilities of the security administrator as they assign roles and responsibilities to users. The security administrator can customize each user ID to ensure that they are only granted access to the tasks and manage objects required for performing their job responsibilities. The three key topics that we will focus on in the Partition Security Best Practices videos will be customizing user IDs, object locking, and confirmation dialogues. These practices will help prevent users from erroneously performing disruptive actions on systems and partitions. The topics described throughout these videos are not mutually exclusive to each other. The security administrator can use one, all, or a mix of these actions. However, for the best security, it is highly recommended to use as many as possible. In this video, we will focus on the topic of customizing user IDs. The security administrator can assign users one or more roles which grant them permission to task and manage objects. The security administrator can customize each user ID to ensure they only have access to the tasks and objects needed to do their job. They can choose to utilize the default user roles or customize them further. Let's start by discussing view-only tasks. The following is an example list of HMC tasks that have a view-only variant that could be part of a custom user role. Advanced Facilities, Configure Channel Path On-Off, Configure On-Off, Cryptographic Configuration, Cryptographic Management, Hardware Messages, Manage Coupling Facility Port Enablement, Operating System Messages, and OSA Advanced Facilities. The difference between the full version of a task and the view-only variant is that the data in the view-only variant cannot be modified by the user viewing the task. To assign a role containing view-only tasks to a user, the security administrator opens the user management task, launches the user details for the appropriate user ID, then adds the custom role containing view-only tasks to that user. Next, let's talk about disruptive and non-disruptive tasks. A non-disruptive task is a task whose function will not impact any running workloads on your systems or partitions. So assigning non-disruptive tasks to a user will avoid the possibility of a system or partition error when a user has access to those tasks. An example of a non-disruptive task is the View Activation Profiles task. Again, the security administrator can create a custom role which includes only those tasks that would not be disruptive when executed. This could be used in conjunction with the view-only tasks that we just discussed. Disruptive tasks are tasks whose function can disrupt the operation of the object the task is executed on. The following are examples of disruptive tasks: activate, change LPAR I/O priority queuing, change object definition, configure channel path on-off, deactivate, and reset clear. For a full list of the tasks considered to be disruptive, please refer to the System-Z Hardware Management Console Operations Guide. The security administrator will not want to include these tasks in the user role unless a user needs access to perform their job. Essentially, a user's role should include only those tasks that the security administrator wants a user to have access to, therefore keeping the systems and partitions protected. For more detailed information about creating and modifying a user role, you can refer to the User Management Create or Modify a Role video. Thanks for watching the Partition Security Best Practices Customizing User IDs video. For more security best practices, check out the Partition Security Best Practices Object Locking and Confirmation Dialog videos.